If you love trying out new varieties of wheat and possibly even ordering straight from the source, supporting our farmers here in the United States, well, stay tuned because in this video, I'm going to be doing a haul of a new farm that I've recently in the past few months discovered. Hey y'all, welcome back to Grains and Grit. My name is Felicia, and on this channel, we talk about real whole grains, but all from a biblical perspective. I teach you all about milling your own wheat, baking that bread, but most importantly, praying and asking God for the daily bread that Jesus commanded we should have. Okay, so if you couldn't tell by all the things around me, this is a haul video from 4 Generations Organic Farms. And not only did I want to do a haul for y'all, because you probably have heard me mention them before, but I kind of just wanted to do a review of their products, especially their wheat berries and some other things. And I just wanted to tell you guys about them more so you can get to just know your farmer better. The beauty with 4 Generations is this is their farm. So you are buying straight from the farmer. And these are organic grains shipped right to your door. But those of you who live in Oklahoma, you can also just go to them directly to pick up some grains as well. Now, I actually have tried their wheat berries before, so I will go ahead and tell you they're great. I would never talk about a product to you guys that I personally did not love and recommend. So yes, 4 Generations Farm is a sponsor for Grains and Grit, and they are a sponsor of this video, but opinions are on my own. And, I love you guys, I want to make sure your bread turns out well. So I'm recommending wheats that I know is going to work out well for you. Okay, so first of all, let me tell you about 4 Generations. Really cool fact, they have been in Oklahoma since the 1800s. They've been on the same farm this whole time, which I think is truly amazing. I love family generational farms, and I'm just so excited that we get to support one. As their name implies, they are an organic farm that is all about sustainable and regenerative farm practices, which means that they're rotating their fields, they're rotating the soil to make sure that it never truly gets depleted of these important nutrients. And fun fact, if you didn't know, if you're not a gardener, many times the nutrients that are in whatever it is you're growing starts with your soil. So it is very important that your soil is healthy so you can have maximum benefits in your crop, which is one of the things that 4 Generations Organic Farms does. They grow clean, organic, estate grown wheat. Another really cool thing is they are actually one of the suppliers to King Arthur brand. So for those of you, we know that as far as the white flour world, if you're store-bought flour, King Arthur is considered one of the best. And they are one of the suppliers for one of the best store-bought flours. So now you get to do it better. Not only are you milling your wheat, but you're now going straight to the source that are already producing the really fine flours that we know and love. And the final thing that I love about them is not only is their pricing reasonable, but the grains are shipped straight to my house. So I don't have to, go hours away for a store or go to a drop. It's just I order online, they're shipped right to me, and they come in different sizes. So I try to make sure that I got the sizes available. So they range from your 5-pound sacks. We then have your 2-pound buckets and then your 5-gallon buckets as well. And we're going to go through each one. But before we touch the wheat berries, just wanted to touch on other merchandise that they have. All right, so other products. One thing I forgot to put on actually is they do have their own apron. It's just a simple apron. It feels like cotton. And I actually like this. I can always use aprons. So it just has their logo on it. The ties are long enough. I can also go to the front. Now do know that this is not adjustable, which for me, it actually works out well, but something to keep in mind. But lastly, it is actually a very long apron. I am 5'2", so I am short, but the apron is very long where it goes almost basically my mid calf. So it's actually my longest apron, but considering I wear a lot of longer skirts, that's actually very helpful and I really, really like. It also has the one pocket here, and it's just a great apron to have because you can't really have too many. Other little things that I got are these wonderful reusable bags. They do have the hard thing down at the bottom. So for those of us who like to shop at Aldi, when you have to bring your own bags, You can never have too many of these. And this is a good size. Like you can fit a lot of things in there. So I do like that. And I needed some more and they feel really good as well. Another thing I got, cool little tumbler here. This is for hot and cold drinks. It's 32 ounce and it feels good. It's small enough on the bottom to fit in a cup holder in your vehicle, has their cool logo on it. It just looks cool, so it's great for a man or a woman. And it does have the textured on the bottom that helps it stay, so it's not really slipping around everywhere. So I love the fact that I have another one. They also sent me some really cool stickers, which is great because I kind of collect stickers on where my mills are and my laundry room, and I have my breaker box in there. So I actually been decorating it with stickers from like grains, from farmers, from my affiliates, you know, those type of things. So I'm weird, but it's cool because they a lot of times put these stickers in with your orders, and so it's really cool to display them. And then finally, they have cutting boards. Now this one is a shisham wood, which I'm not familiar with, but this feels just really, really nice. And it has the grips on the bottom. So I will say with cutting, when you put it down, it's not really going, which is great because I'm really, really hard on my cutting board. So this is a beautiful wooden one that I do plan on using in videos. And it's a good, you know, it's a decent size as well. And I think they make these. I'm not sure. I don't think they specified on their website, but they are beautiful. They have it. This is burnt in. Their logo looks like it's kind of burnt into the wood, but I love real wood cutting boards. They look great in my kitchen. Let's check out the wheat that we have. So as you can see, you probably noticed some unique names on the buckets. So here we've got Stardust, Butler's Gold, and then we have Skydance on this one. Butler's Gold I have tried before. It is just a hard red wheat. It is a good tasting hard red wheat. So if you like hard red, Butler's Gold is it. So just know that Skydance is another hard red wheat variety. And then their Stardust is hard white wheat. So again, I did try to get a variety of the sizes that they offered. So here we have, this is their 5-pound variety. Now they wrote on the bottom, this is Stardust. So this is a hard white wheat variety. But in here, not only is it the drawstring bag, but they actually put the wheat itself in a plastic bag. It's just a plastic bag with a twisty tie, but even then they do have oxygen absorbers in the bag. Obviously the bags, they're great size to try out the wheat to see how you like it. Like for my simple yeast bread loaf recipe, about half of this bag will need to be milled for it. So you can maybe squeeze out a couple, you know, about 6 1.5 pound bread loaves to give you an idea with 5 pounds of wheat berries. It may be a little less, maybe a little more, all depends. But as far as the wheat looks clean. I am not seeing any sort of rocks, debris that you don't want. I don't see any of, oh, okay, actually, I was mistaken. It does have a twisty tie, but it looks like that they did actually seal the plastic at the top. Okay, so part of the wheat berry, let's see. Okay, actually, this is a little bit, there's one small piece of, looks like the wheat stalk, which these I don't worry about. And any wheat berries that I see, I don't really worry about tiny little pieces because these are soft. You can either pick them out or foam in the mill. It's not a big deal. And that's like the only one that I've seen. And I don't see any rocks. I don't see any of those, any hard items that could mess up your mill. And they do look clean. This does not, I'm not feeling like dirt or dust on them. And I also don't really see dirt or dust on the bottom, which some wheat dust is normal. It's not a big deal. What we don't want are any hard, rocky type objects in our wheat berries or dirt, like actual dirt. We don't want that. Now the fun part, we're going to get into their buckets. Now, I will go ahead and say these buckets are sealed buckets, and I have used their buckets before, and I will say they are a beast to get back on. I highly recommend, and so do they. If you got you some Gamma lids, which I will link those below. They do not sell Gamma lids, but you can find them from various places. Azure Standard has them, Bread Becker's. they do have them. If you plan on using these buckets, I do recommend putting a gamma lid on it, because I know from experience, to get this lid back on, I need a hammer. Now, good news, it is really sealed. Bad news, not the easiest to be getting in and out of the bucket. So something to consider. Also, to open these, I know you're going to need some pliers, and you're going to need one of these things. This is awesome. You need to have one of these. I will link it below. This is to open up buckets, and you'll see what I mean in just a minute. This is like other companies I've seen with wheat berries. There is a tab here, and you can use your hands. My husband could probably do this, but for me, I don't feel like destroying my hands. I like to use pliers, and I just grab hold of that here, and you got to get a good grip, and then you can just start twisting them off. So I did get this open. Now I will say, these type of buckets where they already have like the cutouts here are easier to open anyway, but the bucket opener greatly helps. So I just want to give an example, like to seal it, like I cannot reseal this. I do need a hammer to kind of go in and seal it. So you can reseal them. And that's great. Like I rather be on this error on this side, where it's difficult to reseal it. But just to show y'all, it does have one of those gaskets right here. The gasket does come out. I personally save your buckets, because especially these little 2-pound buckets, or 2-gallon buckets. These 2-gallon buckets are great. Now let's look at the grain. Again, this is Skydance, which is another one of their hard red wheat varieties. And opening them up, we do have the oxygen absorbers in here. So the cleanliness of the berries. So once again, I do have like a teeny little wheat stalk part. Again, this is very, very soft. I can just pick it out. Do not see any rocks. They feel very clean, but I do see those tiny little soft chaffs. And again, I literally have thrown those into my to my grain mills, no problem whatsoever. It's not going to harm it. But yeah, this looks good. I can't dig it out too much because it'll fall over. I will say the Butler's Gold I have tried before already. It's a good hard red wheat. They were clean. I have never had any serious issues with any of their wheat berries that I've used. And so my breads have turned out well. And again, they are organic farmers. I do know that 4Generations has been kind enough to give me a discount code for y'all. So if you haven't tried them yet, they've given y'all a 10% off discount. Just go to grainsandgrit.com/4generations. That's the number 4generations. And then just use the coupon code grainsandgrit for 10% off of your first order. Hopefully this was a helpful and informative video for y'all. As always, I hope y'all have a wonderful day, and I will see y'all next week. Bye.